Hey everyone, welcome to InterviewPro. In this video, let's talk about ngcontainer in Angular. The ngcontainer tag allows to use structural directives without introducing additional elements into the DOM. Let's try to understand what I mean with an example. In app.component.html, I commented the feedback component and uncommented videos component. If you look at the videos component, we have objects like Angular and React, which are nothing but array of objects. And based on the option that we select from the drop down, we are sending Angular or React array to the video component. This video component has an input called data. In the HTML template, we are checking if the data has any data or not, then looping through each and every video item from this data array. Let's look at the DOM structure. If we inspect and hover on this div, we have video component. Inside this, we have a div, and then we have label and divs for each of these videos. If you look at this, div is the parent to all these elements and app video is the parent to div. So if you remove this div, app video will directly be the parent to all these, right? Div is just an extra element on the DOM now. We can get rid of this extra element by simply replacing this div with ng container. ng-container. Let me close the tag. Now if we look at the DOM, inside app video, we directly have label and div. We don't see any extra elements here. So ng-container will help us to get rid of unnecessary elements to be rendered on the DOM, keeping the DOM lightweight. And ng-container will not be seen in the DOM. We don't see any ng-container here. Not just to manage DOM, the other use case is we cannot use multiple structural directives on a single element. For example, instead of using ngIf on one div and ngFor on other div, can we directly put ngIf and ngFor here? Let's try this out. So I'll simply remove it from here and then add it here. I'll remove this also for now. Let's see what it does. Now, if you go to the UI, you see an error. Can't have multiple template bindings on one element. Use only one attribute prefixed with star. So we cannot add more than one structural directive on a single element. So let's move it back to ng container. So this is one of the use case. When you want to use multiple structural directives, you can assign one of the directive to ng container. So if you have more than two, you can create another ng container and put the other structural directive here. So this is another use case. Now we have this template reference variable no videos. So here we used ng template, which we have already seen in our previous videos. So this will work with ng container as well. But one thing to note is when you want to use template reference variables inside this else, then you have to use ng template. You cannot use another ng container. So that is one important thing. So what happens when we use ng container here? Before that, let me just go here and click on React. So when I click on React, it's displaying the videos from React. If I click on none, playlist is not available. If I click on Angular, it's displaying videos related to Angular. So let me replace this template with container. Now, if we look at this, we see there's no videos available directly. So what is our condition here? If the data is not available, only then we have to see no videos available. But now we see no videos available even though we have data for this Angular playlist. And if I go to React, what happens? We are not seeing the data. Let me click outside, then we see the data. So the functionality is disturbed. So basically, ng container doesn't allow ng templates, or ngIf doesn't allow ng container to be container reference variables to be used here. So always make sure you use ng template in this case. So this is all about ng container. I hope the concept is clear. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to InterviewPro. Thank you.